American Battery Metals, Global Battery Metals, SunHydrogen stocks update. So we'll begin with American Battery Metals. It closed the session of the 15th of March 2021 at $2.0445. We have a position in American Battery Metals. We just have to point that out. And going down, we can see it has a market cap of $1.1 billion, 527.456 million shares outstanding. And going down, we can easily see that momentum seems to be improving. MACD is below the signal line. It says American Battery Metals appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend line. Although its MACD is presently below the signal line, shares remain 157.6% above an upward sloping 200-day trend line. It is lagging behind the S&P 500. The momentum for American Battery Metals is improving, as we indicated. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors begin to purchase shares. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there's a lack of buying interest. So let us have a look. Yes, it is okay. The slope is negative. All right, so that's what's going on there. And there is something here for American Battery Metals. There's a disclosure right away there for American Battery Metals. What is it saying? It is notice of effectiveness filed yesterday, the 15th of March. Okay, so that's all it's just saying there. Okay, there might be more to that piece of news. Let's see. It says okay, it's just a Form 8 disclosure there. And there's some other piece of news saying Spruce Point Capital announces investment opinion, releases report on strong sale research opinion on American Battery Metals and Comstock Mining stock. So, and it says that's an opinion, I guess, based on close evaluation of American Battery Metals and loads or Comstock. Claims of becoming leaders in electric vehicle battery, believes both companies will fail to achieve lofty revenue and profit targets set by management. Okay, so ABML has not submitted applications or permits related to its friendly property, in direct contradiction of management's claim that permits are in process and begins finalized. Expresses concern that American BML CEO Doug Cole and board member Doug McClellan did not provide complete disclosures of past public company business ventures that failed and faced SEC fraud charges. Highlights complete of duties where BML's Chief Citrus Officer Scott Joel Cover, who we believe is related to a convicted securities fraudster and who is registered owner of a brothel in Nevada, is also consulting for load. Okay, so these are very serious disclosures. So I believe you must have seen them. They're not so recent as such. So, but technically, based on this daily chart, American Battery Metals looks like a buy, technically. But on this 1 minute chart, you can see it is gradually up. It is gradually extending as at the time the market closed. Just a few minutes before the market closed, it began to extend and got a lot of bounce from its 20-day trend line. So technically, on this short-term trend lines, it's still very much technically buy. Trading in between its short-term trend lines and above its 50-day trend line. So we'll just move on to Global Battery Metals. Global Battery Metals closed that session at $0.4729. Okay, it has a market cap of $27.3 million. Shares outstanding is 46.34 million. 46.349 million shares. We can see it's its unbalanced volume indicator, so slow stochastic oscillator still rising. So MACD is below the signal line. It says global battery metals appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend. Although its MACD is presently below the signal line, shares remain 176.5% above an upward sloping 200-day moving trend line. It is also lagging the S&P 500 index. Momentum for global battery metals is improving. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors begin to purchase shares. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term accumulation is giving way to near term selling pressure by traders. So we move up here, we can see that also in this case as well, the short-term trend lines are very much bearish, but the stock itself has shed that bearishness, a few days ago. As at the 11th of March, it began to extend and has since breached the 250-day trend line based on this 1-minute chart. So still technically a buy at the moment. So let's see what's going on with it on the 1-minute chart. So on the 1-minute chart, is also presenting a good buying opportunity, a buy deep opportunity. Even as at the time the market closed, it was flat and slightly consolidating. The momentum was also slightly improving, but still oversold. So technically on the daily chart and on the 1-minute chart, it appears to be presenting a buy the deep opportunity. It appears to be presenting a buying opportunity. So we'll move on to SunHydrogen. SunHydrogen closed that session at $0.1405. We have a position there as well, and it has a market cap of $466.6 million, 3.321 billion shares outstanding. And moving down, we can see the only piece of news there was as at the 12th of March. I think it was concerning the progression they have with Schmid Group in Germany. So we can see this positive and rising and bear and bullish 14-period slow stochastic oscillator. We can also see that the MACD is also above the signal line. It then says SunHydrogen appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero and rising, and it is lagging the S&P 500 index. So MACD is above zero and rising. So moving on, we can see that momentum for SunHydrogen is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. This means that investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. So the unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. So it's a mix of things there, a mix of outcomes there. So moving on, let's have a look and see. It says it's strongly on the price is strongly bullish. We can see it's even though it says it's strongly bullish. Let's have a look again. Let's review that. And it says it's strongly bullish. Yes, it says it's strongly bullish, but even at that, we can still see, based on this daily chart, that it has also retraced a bit, and based on this daily chart, it has currently converged with its 20-day trend line. So trading in between the short and the intermediate trend lines. So it still represents very much a retracement, some sort of pullback. So based on that, and let's see what's going on the 1-minute chart. Based on that, we can see that it's also on this 1-minute chart, it's very much bullish as well. So the signals are very much positive on this 1-minute chart. So to some extent, that is what probably that 1-day chart is trying to represent. So I think the signals are very much bullish, and a lot of market participants who are not the big fans of buy the dip type may still consider SunHydrogen is still a buy. For fundamentally, easily for SunHydrogen is a buy, easily as well. Based on what we've seen, we can still conclude that it's still a buy. On the daily chart, trading below its intermediate trend line, it's still a buy. I think so. And then even though the 1 minute chart is indicating that it's very much bullish and rising, so but momentum is also strong. I still believe that given all of those things on the technical basis, yes, it's still a buy as well. Okay, so if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're really a subscriber, thank you very much for watching this video.